Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Technically T hitting you with more case videos today for the iPhone 12 Pro. And the cases that we have up on deck today are from Spigen. So always a huge shout out to Spigen for reaching out to me, dropping me these cases to review. Now, I know it's a little bright right now. We're going to go ahead and get through it. The first case, well, all the cases that we'll be reviewing today, Neo Hybrid, Ultra Hybrid, Slim Armor CS, Tough Armor, Rugged Armor, and the Liquid Air. Now, unfortunately, we do not have the thin fit, and I really wanted to try that case out, and I reached out to them, asked them why they didn't really send them with this, but they basically said they received those samples a little bit later, and I'm assuming they're not ready to go or they don't have any to send out. But in order for me to not wait on them, and I know they have California fires and everything going on like that, and I totally get it. If it is available on Amazon, I'm just going to go ahead and buy it so I can review it for you guys, and it'll be a separate video. So just want to let you know, if you're looking for the thin fit, it's not here. It'll be coming in a separate video. So let's go ahead and break it down like we usually do. Let's go ahead and start off with the Liquid Air. All right, first up is going to be the Spigen Liquid Air, and I was really looking forward to this case right here because this one always does it for me. As of recent, this case has really stepped it up, and they have really improved their game. So let's take a look at it. And this one is going to be a TPU style case, but a very stiff TPU case. Nothing really flimsy, so you don't have to worry about anything being super flimsy. The sides are really thick, and I think it will fit on the case very well. Fit on the phone very well. So let's go ahead and look at it. On the top, it is completely smooth. When you come here to the volume up and down mute cutout, you do have those grooves along the side of it to help you with that grip. You get a little bit of Spigen branding down there. Flipping it over on the bottom, you get accurate speaker cutouts, meaning the short speaker side. You get your lightning and the longer speaker side. And over here with the power button, you get that texture going all the way down the device. And flipping it over on the back, you do get that classic Spigen Liquid Air texture, as well as you get a little camera bump to raise up. So let's go ahead and grab my phone, and actually let's turn this bad boy on airplane mode so I don't get any calls or anything like that. And let's pop it all in, make sure we all good. And here it is on the silver. Oh, pop that corner in there, make sure everything is popped on. So here we are. First impressions, this thing feels really good in the hand. This feels very good. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the buttons. So power button, nice and tactile there. You don't have to worry about that. Volume up and down, very nice and tactile also. And the mute toggle switch is very large, so it's easy to get your finger in there to hit that mute toggle switch. And flipping it over on the bottom, same thing with your power port. It is very large, so I'm pretty sure third-party accessories would work in there if you absolutely have to. And flipping it over on the back, you can already see that that camera is recessed, so you don't have to worry about scratching your camera up. Taking a look at that lay on the table protection, I am using a tempered glass screen protector, and it does have a tiny lip on the top and a tiny lip on the bottom, and basically just all the way around. You do get a very faint lip. Now, this case is not rated for any heavy duty drop protection, so if you do drop it, at least if you dropped it face down, you should be protected with the lip that goes around it. Always be careful with your phones, get Apple Care, use a tempered glass screen protector to reduce those things. But if you don't, it does have a little lay on the tail protection. But this isn't a heavy duty case. This is more of a, I like to call it like a medium duty when it comes to protection. Now, next up, how does it actually fit on the phone? And the fit is very snug. So let's go ahead and do our tug test. So on the top, it is very stiff to pull. So that's good right there. On the sides, also very stiff. Other side, also very stiff. You're going to have a little give when it comes to the buttons. That's no matter what case it is. And then moving on to the bottom, that is going to be really stiff as well. No droop or anything going on like that. So I am really liking this case, and it passes the tug test. It passes the fit test when it comes to me, because you guys know that's the most nitpicky thing that I love nitpicking when it comes to the case. And how does it basically feel in your hand? It feels good. Those grips on the side do feel very good when you're actually holding the phone in your hand. It doesn't feel like it's going to slip out your hand. The phone does remain fairly thin, and overall, just a nice feeling case. So let's go ahead and bring our charging solutions over here. So you know this year we got to test out that MagSafe. So popping it on MagSafe, it does work just fine with your MagSafe charger. And like I've said previously, they work with MagSafe, but just know that the strength of the actual MagSafe charger on it isn't really going to be that strong. You know, you can dangle it a lot of times from these cases, but this one is not going to be that strong, but it does work. And also, if you just want to use your standard wireless charging, then that works as well. But this is going to be the liquid air, and this right now is one of my favorite cases for the iPhone 12 Pro series. All right, next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the rugged armor. Now, I know sometimes I get these things all mixed up. So liquid air, rugged armor, I always like to kind of compare the two because they are very similar, meaning they're both a TPU style, usually get the same grip that's going around just like you did with the liquid air. So let's go ahead and take a look around it. Top side, smooth. Going over to that left side, volume up, volume down, mute, cut out for your mute toggle switch, and you get those same grips along the side just like you did the liquid air. Flipping over on the bottom, you get accurate speaker cutouts, and coming on the right side, you get that raised power button, and you get that same texture material going all the way down the side of it. And flipping over on the back, you get that cutout for your camera, raised little edge around it, and you get that standard rugged armor look with the Spigen branding, cutout for your Apple logo, little faux carbon fiber patch there, and you get a little textured carbon half on the top side. So let's go ahead and slap the 11 Pro. I keep saying 11 Pro. It's gonna take me a while. Go ahead and slap the 12 Pro in here, and here it is on the silver 12 Pro. So let's go ahead and go through it. Power button feels very good, no issues there. Volume up and down, buttons just fine, not stiff or anything. Large cutout for that mute toggle, so it's pretty easy to get to, just like the liquid air. Flipping over on the bottom, like I said, you get those accurate cutouts, and you get a large charge port for that lightning, and of course your camera is going to be recessed. Taking a look at that lay on the table protection, yep, this does have that same lip going all the way around it, just like the liquid air, so you should be protected just a little bit if you were to drop this. Once again, this is not going to be a heavy duty offering from Spigen. We'll get to that later in the video, but it should help you just a little bit because it does have a little lip going all the way around it. Now, how does it actually fit on the phone? And the fit is similar to the liquid air. I still feel like the liquid air sides and the top and the bottom have a little bit more material to them. Therefore, it fits just a tad bit more snug. It's not a deal breaker. Like, once these phones and once these cases are snapped onto this phone, it's not going off, trust and believe. But just holding it in hand and flexing the sides, I do feel like the liquid air fits just a little bit more snug. And it does feel like the materials might be made a little bit substantial. I don't know, I could be being nitpicky, but I do feel like the liquid air has a slightly better fit to it. But this fit is not terrible. I mean, the top, the bottom, everything is going to be snug. Even when it comes to the bottom, don't think it's droopy. It does snap right back into place, so you don't have anything to worry about. And how does it actually feel in your hand? The phone feels good in hand, just like the liquid air. Like I said, it's kind of a matter of the design choice that you want when it comes to this case. But it feels really good in hand, very grippy because of those sides. And it keeps the device thin, does not add a bunch of bulk. So rugged armor, you know, the name can kind of be a little bit misleading because I don't think it's like a rugged case, but that's just the name of it. Slapping it on MagSafe, it does work just fine with MagSafe, and dropping it down on your traditional wireless charging works just fine with that as well. So this is going to be the rugged armor from Spigen. Now, next up, let's go ahead and get into one of the OGs, man, and that is going to be the Neo Hybrid. Now, I'm kind of anxious to try the Neo Hybrid out just because I have not had a squared off Neo Hybrid since like back in the day. If you guys know about the Neo Hybrid, this thing used to be squared off. I think at one point they had actual metal edges that went around it. So the Neo Hybrid has seen a long history, man, but this is one of the OGs when it comes to iPhones, and the look of it just reminds me of the classic iPhone. So if you know anything about the Neo Hybrid, or if you don't, it is a two-part case. Now, this is going to be maybe like the graphite color, and they usually have a few different colorways, but this is going to be a two-part case. You do not have to take it apart to install it. So going around the outside of it, you know, the top is going to be completely smooth. Over here, you get a volume up and down, cut out for that mute toggle switch. You do get that Neo Hybrid branding down there. On the inside, you do get that classic Spigen print. And on the bottom, accurate cutouts. On the right side, just power button, and you get a smooth border going all the way around it. And on that back, you get some of that texture, just like the liquid air, and you get your Spigen brand in there. So let's just go ahead and slap the Spigen Neo Hybrid up in here. And I just butchered that installation. I complete butchered that thing, but here we go, man. Here it is. We make sure all the corners are snapped on, and here is going to be the Neo Hybrid for the iPhone 12. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Volume up and down. Now, they don't really stick out a lot. The volume up and down buttons don't stick out that much, but when you press them, they are tactile and they do feel good. Kind of the same deal with the power button. They don't stick out a bunch. They kind of almost a little bit more flush to the body than I would like, but they do still press pretty easy. When it comes to that mute toggle little square block there, it's easy to get to as well. Flipping over on the bottom, once again, you get that same enlarged cutout there, and flipping over on the back, you get that recessed camera. Taking a look at that lay on the tail protection, you do have a lip that goes all the way around it, so you definitely should be good to go if you were the event that you dropped this phone down. Now, this is a little bit more sturdy than the liquid air, than the rugged armor, so we're kind of bumping up to like that more medium to, I won't say heavy duty, but this thing can take some drops. So we are bumping it up just a little bit when it comes to the Neo Hybrid. So lay on tail protection is definitely there. Now, how does this fit on the phone? So top pull test, very, very snug, no issues. Side also very snug. You don't get any issues there. And going down to the bottom, even though you just have a TPU bottom with really not that much support, that material still is very snug down there and it snaps right back into place. So the fit on this is actually very good. I don't have any issues, passes the fit test with flying colors. And how does it fit in your hand? This does feel pretty good in your hands. When you're holding it, you can really still feel how boxy the iPhone 12 series is. If you like that, it gives you a little bit more grip. Most of the times I would complain about these sides being a little bit too smooth, but with this case and the way it's actually designed around the phone, the grip feels really good and it does not feel like it's really gonna slip out your hands. So they did a really good job with the Neo Hybrid with this iPhone redesign. So slapping it on MagSafe works just fine with that MagSafe, and classic wireless charging also works just good with your classic wireless charging. So Neo Hybrid, another excellent choice, man. Spigen knocks it out the park again when it comes to the OG. All right, next up, let's go ahead and get to one of my favorite clear cases, and that is going to be the Ultra Hybrid. So we already know it's a lot of people out there who really like these clear cases, and you want to show off the color of that iPhone. So this case is definitely going to be the ones that I do recommend for people when they ask me that they want a clear case. So when it comes to the Ultra Hybrid, man, smooth top and the bottom, volume up, volume down, button right here, cutout. On the bottom, accurate speaker cutouts, and on that right side, you do get, they're very smooth. These buttons are basically flush with the actual case themselves, kind of like how the buttons are on the Tough Armor. If you like that fit or not, you know, I'm a little bit back and forth when it comes to that, but it's not an actual crazy deal breaker. But slapping the actual phone into the Neo Hybrid, and not Neo Hybrid, with the Ultra Hybrid, and basically here we are. This is what we got. Let me make sure all the corners are snapped in. Yep, and we are good to go. So if you're a person who wants to show off the color of your iPhone, if you got that dope Pacific blue or any color, if you got this silver, definitely show it off with the Neo Hybrid. So let's go ahead and check out the buttons. First off, let's get to that mute toggle switch. Very nice big port right there. Volume up and down. Once again, these are very flush, so you kind of have to fish around a little bit for the buttons. I would have liked to see just your standard you know, pressed out buttons so you can just press them. You don't really have to fish for them. I feel like when you have, you know, flat buttons, you got to do a little bit more fishing for the button more than normal. Same thing with the power button. It's there, it works good, but you're going to have to kind of look for it. And on the bottom, all those cutouts are accurate. Flipping it over on the back, you get that recessed camera. Taking a look at that lay on tail protection, you do get a little lip that goes all the way around it. Now, like I said, this is also not a super heavy duty drop case, but it does offer you a little bit because it does give you a lip that goes all the way around it. So this is one of those also medium type protection cases. So don't really depend on a bunch of heavy duty drop protection when it comes to this. Now, taking a look at how it actually fits on the phone, the top tug, pretty good to go. On the sides, also very stiff. You're going to have give when it comes to those power buttons. And when it comes to the bottom, little bit of droopage there, but it's not absolutely terrible. And sometimes you can kind of see the actual, you know, stainless steel frame that's going around it, and it's not bad. The droop isn't really terrible when it comes to the bottom of that. So the fit is good when it comes to this case. And how does it feel when it's in your hand? It's a clear case, everybody. So you know, if you're a person who gets like moistured up hands, these clear cases can get a little bit slippery because there really isn't anywhere to grip on when it comes to this. You do feel that squared off design, so that does help a little bit, but that's classic, man, when it comes to clear cases. And when it comes to the back of it, these are kind of smudge resistant just a little bit, but at the end of the day, it will be a clear case. It is going to show some type of fingerprints. So slapping on the wireless charger, oh, that magnet was really good. It's a little bit stronger when it comes to these cases, just a tad bit, but as you see, MagSafe does work just fine, and classic wireless charging works just fine as well. So if you're a person who wants to show off the color of your iPhone, man, definitely check out the Ultra Hybrid. I know they also have different colors, and they also have one that has a black rim, the black frame going around it. So if you don't really care for the clear frame, the black frame is around it, and I feel like those does offer a little bit more grip. But Ultra Hybrid from Spigen. Now, next up is going to be the Slim Armor CS. I already took it out the case and I made a mistake, so here we are. But the Slim Armor CS, man, now we're getting to a little bit more heavy duty when it comes to these cases. So let's go ahead and check them out. On the top side, it is going to be completely smooth. On the left side, smooth as well. Volume up and down, cut out for that mute toggle. Over on the back, you do get that card slot that does hold up to 2 cards. And we'll put 2 cards in here. And while you open it up, you do get a Slim Armor CS little branding cut out for that camera. And on the other side here with the power button, it is also smooth, and you get those accurate cutouts when it comes to the ports. So let's go ahead and slap the 12 Pro in here, and let's take a look. First impressions, you can tell that this bad boy has a little bit more weight to it. It feels a little bit more substantial in your hand, and it feels like you have a little bit more protection when it comes to this. So volume up, volume down feels very good. Getting to that power button, that's also good as well. And flipping it over on the bottom, all of your ports and cutouts are accurate, as well as that recessed camera in there. Now, taking a look at that lay on the table protection, you do have that same little classic lip. All of these cases basically have the same lip that goes around, so you really don't have to worry about it that much. So you definitely should be good if you want to set your phone down face down. And how does it actually fit on the phone? The fit of this is very good. So top pull test, and this is really thick TPU, so this is really helping when it comes to the actual fit of it. So the fit is good overall. When it comes to the bottom, you get that little bit of droop down there, but once again, it is also very, very stiff. So the fit of this is good to go. No issues there at all. And how does it feel in your hand? Like I stated in the beginning, it feels like you have more material while you're holding it. Definitely adds to a little bit of bulk when it comes to it, but it does not feel slippery. Surprisingly, this material, usually when you have a split, when it's like TPU and this material here, this hard plastic, the matte plastic, it does feel very good in your hands, and it does not feel like it'll slip out. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. You already know I have my 4 cards here on deck. So let's just go ahead and slide 1, and let's slide 2 cards in there, and boom, close it up. So if you want to be a person that goes out on the evening, you don't want to carry your wallet and your phone and all that type of stuff. If you want to pop 2 cards in here, you can pop 2 cards, your ID, your card for the night, and go about your business. You should be definitely good to go. So you can definitely get 2 cards in there, and you kind of got to get your finger in there to get them out, but it's not a total deal breaker. So bringing wireless charging over here. Now, from my experience, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to work with MagSafe. Oh, it will. It doesn't do the MagSafe emblem. No, but it kind of just works with just the regular Qi, side of it. So it's not going to give you that MagSafe pop-up, but it does just work with regular wireless charging. But dropping it down on regular, it's kind of funny. So this not working with your wireless pad, and I got it to recognize for a quick second when it came to that. But overall, you probably are not going to use this every day, and if you so, you might have to take it off your phone if you do wireless charge. So that may be an issue for you. It all depends, but that's kind of the normal when it comes to these wireless style cases. Majority of them don't really play well with wireless charging. But this is going to be the Slim Armor CS from Spigen. And last but not least, we probably have the most protective out of all of them, and this is going to be the Tough Armor. Now, I know a lot of people like the Tough Armor because this is another one of them OGs, just like the Neo Hybrid. So let's go ahead and go through the case. Now, this is going to be a more rigid case. This is a 2-part case. The Tough Armor also does come with that kickstand, and you get a cutout for the actual Apple logo. On the top, it is going to be very smooth. On the sides of the Tough Armor, you do get these, probably some more, maybe like an impact type of material on the side. On the corners, you get this design that goes all the way around on each corner. And on the left side, you get those flat, just like I was telling you about the Ultra Hybrid, flat volume up, volume down, cut out for that mute toggle. Same thing on the right side with that flat power button. And you get that Tough Armor branding there. And on the inside is where you really get this foam, the really soft absorption material. So when you drop it, it'll actually take a fall pretty good. You get the same on the top there as well and on the sides if you can see it there. So let's go ahead and slap the 12 Pro in here, and yeah, that feels really, really good. Just like I knew it would. I mean, the tough armor is always A1, always a step above this game. So let's go ahead and take a look around it, man. Volume up, volume down, they work, but once again, they are flat. Kind of got to look for them a little bit. Power button, they are fine with no issues there. Flipping over on the bottom, all of your cutouts are good there. And flipping over on the back, nice recessed logo there. Well, camera, and you get that recessed logo right there. Taking a look at that late on the tail protection, now you do get a more of a substantial lip, I feel, that goes around the tough armor, so you definitely should be good to go. I really feel confident in this case in protecting your phone if you were to drop it, but you know it's still glass regardless. Ceramic seal, glass is glass. You guys know the best, but you know the rest of it. But just kind of keep in mind that yes, it is a heavy duty case. Yes, it probably will work against a few dings here and there, but just know that yeah, use a screen protector and stuff like that with it to kind of reduce that. But it does have a lay on tail protection if you are one of those folks who like to sit down on his face. Now, next up, how does it actually fit on the phone? And the tough armor usually has the best fit out of all of them. And the top, very, you really have to put it to get that up. On the sides, very stiff, very stiff, man. And then on the bottom, also you get the very stiff little TPU material there. So the fit of this, A1, as always. And how does it actually feel in your hand? It feels good in your hand. It feels like you do have a more heavy duty case. It feels good. It feels confident. It gives you a confident feeling if you were to drop this down that it can take it pretty good. So I've already seen, and I just unplugged my wireless charger. Let's plug that back in. So I've already seen on their website the compatible cases that work with MagSafe, and this one was not up there. And they are right. So the tough armor does not work with MagSafe. You just have a little bit more material, and it's going to have to really fight to try to get through that charger and that hole. It's just doing a little bit too much, but it does work just fine with regular wireless charging. So it's not going to work with MagSafe, but will do fine with regular wireless chargers. So this is going to be the tough armor from Spigen, and this is kind of the toughest of the lineup that you can get for the iPhone 12. All right, so here are the cases from Spigen for the iPhone 12 Pro. We have the Liquid Air, Rugged Armor, Neo Hybrid, Ultra Hybrid, Slim Armor CS, and we have the Tough Armor. Now, my favorites right out of the group is going to be the Liquid Air. I absolutely love this one. Got to give it to the classic Neo Hybrid. They did it once again. And, of course, the Tough Armor, which probably has the best fit, gives you the best protection out of the bunch. All of them are very good. If you like clear cases, you can deal with this. If you like these are always a deciding factor between a Liquid Air and Rugged Armor. And if you like wallet cases, if you have to put a couple cards in there, that's what a Slim Armor CS is for. But you already know, man, all the links to all of these will be down in the description below. You already know, man, do all the YouTube things. Comment down below, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, and also turn that bell on so you don't miss out on any more or any future accessory videos for the iPhone 12 Pro. But until then, everybody, please stay safe and catch you on the next one. Later.